With that, I think we're just gonna get going. Alta, if you want to count me down.
Alrighty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do this. Alright, so this is Octopath Traveler. Pretty much every cutscene is going to be skipped right away by holding down. It's actually the, what is this on the PS controller? This circle button. Morning Ma, morning Pa. And we're going to get right into the action. We're going to get a new bow for our girl. We're going to remember to equip it, which is something that in my early days I had a lot of problems with. But yeah, we're just kind of doing some opening here. Tressa's ability, she's a merchant, so she can buy things off of people. We're going to get right into that. Gonna buy some wine off of this villager, or I guess he's a vendor. But there's just, you know, a lot of villagers, if they have the certain path action, you can buy off of them. And we're going to use that a lot to get certain items that are going to help us throughout the run.
And Tressa does it all. She can buy, she can find money on the ground, and then she can hire people to do her dirty work.
All of which you're going to see, and all of which is going to just perfectly work well together to allow us to beat bosses that are way stronger than us. So right now, they're plotting revenge against some pirates by planting some sleep weed in this wine they were delivering that they had ransomed, I think. I think it was a ransom situation. Extortion, something like that. Alright, while I'm running through this area, if you want to kind of explain the battle mechanic basics, Alta.
Yeah, so if you've played Bravely Default at all, some of this will look kind of familiar, at least with the boost system. But you'll see that every enemy has a shield icon next to them, and when you hit them with a specific type of attack, it makes that shield go down. And when it hits 0, they are broken, and they take double damage, are stunned for a turn. You get basically a turn to wail on them, or in Supreme's case, we'll be running away. So.
I was hoping to just run from that. So there's kind of a cost-benefit analysis with some of these situations. Like there, he had a 2 shield. I was kind of like, okay, let's try and risk it, not have to go through multiple animations. Oh, good. And I kind of lost there. So basically, if you get away the first time, it's faster. If you break and then run, you know, kind of the middle ground, and then failing to run away is obviously bad. So once I failed that one time, I decided to just break him because I knew he was going to be weak to spear. So a little unfortunate luck so far with the encounters, but at least we got away pretty quick.
And a couple other scenarios which you can run away for free, one of which is relevant to Tressa's story, actually, is when all enemies are asleep.
Yeah, you'll see that. Well, you will not see it here the first time. I'm going to fight this guy for experience and JP here to level me up a little bit. So we use this this BP system here to our advantage. I'm actually going to defend on the first turn, even though he's sleeping.
Surprised him.
Why did I do that? Let's see how this works out for me. Yeah, that didn't work out for me. Oops.
Yeah,
it's alright.
I guess that'll just be an extra turn.
Yeah, he's gonna die here. Oh, no, he's not. There we go. A little bit of a goof there. I did not mean to boost there when I did. But I leveled up, so all my HP and SP, or BP, gets restored. All that good stuff, so no worries on that front. We're going to pick up a few items along the way. Help us beat bosses. So this guy's asleep. I can just run away. And I surprised him. Excellent.
Oh yeah, that's another scenario where you can run away for free, is if you surprise your foe. Though
it didn't really help me here.
It's kind of extra.
All right. So this is our first boss. Tressa's first boss. Mick and Mac.
The sequel to Mario and Luigi series, it's Mick and Mac Superstar Saga.
So I gotta pay somewhat close attention to the turn order here and heal at proper intervals. Even if it looks like I don't need to heal a second time, I really do need to heal a second time because it's gonna get my BP in the situation I want it to be in.
Yeah, plus you don't necessarily know what the next turn order is going to be, so you could have, like, them going 4 turns in a row.
Let's see what this next turn is. I'm just gonna heal here. We're gonna boost all the way up, break him, do a lot of damage on him. And that Thunder Soul Stone we just picked up, really convenient because our other friend here is weak to it. So he breaks. We had the single turn, so we get our BP back. And whoop, can do the same thing here. And just like that, they're down.
Very well done.
They gave me a really good turn order. They didn't have to make me think too much.
That is something I forgot to mention about the BP system. Whenever you use an attack that isn't charged, you get 1 BP a turn. And you can boost up to 3 times to make it more powerful. Or in the case of regular attacks, attack more than once, which is very useful for breaking enemies.
Oh, thought I was in the loading zone. I was not. So we leave home to begin our great journey as a merchant to find the most valuable treasure in the world. And we're going to be making a trip to Atlas Dam for our dear friend Cyrus the Mage. Cyrus is another pretty common one, I think, in a lot of routes. He's pretty useful, pretty versatile. Magic's, you know, pretty common in breaking enemies. And it helps that he's like 1 zone over.
And most importantly, he has evasive maneuvers.
Exactly. Okay, we'll just... With the way that things have gone today in warm-ups, I'm just gonna break things that are free to break and move on with my day.
Yeah, evasive maneuvers is an ability which decreases the number of encounters you get. It allows you to get through a lot of screens without getting an encounter, or at least makes it pretty unlikely that you'll get one.
Which is incredibly valuable when you get to late game areas that, you know, the recommended level is 45 and you're level 14.
Yeah, everything one-shots you around there.
Octopath Traveler.jpg.
Frog bad, bugs good. Oh, we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. It's just you were unable to escape. Oh my gosh. Well, this is about right. Oh, please just let that be the last one. Thank you. If I had $1 for every time I got an encounter right at the loading zone, you guys wouldn't need to have this marathon because I'd have it all covered. Yeah, get ready, guys. We're getting Cyrus, so if you want those donations read when we're world traveling, this is the time to get them in, because this chapter also goes pretty fast. Taking those text boxes a little slow. Before I learned this route, so there's a few different routes you can do that are a little bit safer and slower, or more dangerous and fast. Before I learned the kind of more dangerous and faster route, I got Therian and Honnet, and in my PB in that route, I played Honnet's prologue because I wasn't paying attention. Oh hey, I was caught by surprise. That's great. That's actually... Never mind, Tress is going first. That's not fine. If Tressa had gone second, I could have just done this all in one turn, but it's fine.
Yeah, conveniently, these enemies in here give 5 JP each, or at least the Sentinels do. An interesting little thing about each area is that the first encounter is always the same. So you can generally be assured that you're gonna get 10 JP in these areas.
That defend is just to give me a little extra, the extra BP to do more damage on trade wins. Alright, so that tutorial came up because I now have enough JP for a skill, which we'll equip here after we grab this chest, which has a nice old coin in it. So we want to be able to hire some help. It's going to be very, very, very useful for the entire run, including this boss fight coming up right here. Alright, so pretty straightforward fight. The fights in this game are either basically scripted or they're impossible. There's really not much in between. This is a scripted one. We're gonna do the same exact thing every time, and we're never in any danger. And we're gonna make use of that new skill to hire some dancers. They're gonna break him, and then they're gonna kill him. And just like that, we're done. So there's one more little bit before we get to our world travel. It's kind of important to go over. It's right outside Atlas Dam. So Alta made reference to evasive maneuvers, and we want that as soon as possible. So we're going to go make a trip to an area called the Whistlewood as soon as we kind of clear up Cyrus's Chapter 1. And it's a very infamous area. I'm going to take some safeties along the way. Basically, if I get encounters like on the way to the Whistlewood that I know give good JP, I'm just going to fight them here just to avoid any shenanigans. Because the amount of JP you can get from encounters in the Whistlewood vary from like 66 to like 100 plus. And the 100 plus is good. That's be all we need. But if we get the 66, then we're kind of in a bad place. Oop. And then we're going to make use of Cyrus's path action here to scrutinize and get a hidden item. Be a nice medium light soul stone, which will be very valuable in the Whistlewood.
Yeah, you'll come to see that most of your damage in any fights here are either going to be soul stones or hired help.
Yeah, we're pretty much useless after Chapter 1s. I am not going to take that encounter. It's all just said as we were running in here. Frog's bad, bug's good.
Except for one. But
yeah.
we don't talk about that 1% encounter.
Oh, come on, man.
That was 12 JP. That might still be worth it.
Yeah, well, hired help the bandits. So, if you have to do these extra encounters, you're obviously losing money, but I'm going to take a bunch of extra little safeties that will easily make up for that money lost. If I do two bandit kills, that's 1,600, and I'm going to pick 1,500 up from the side quest that I kind of skipped over as we left Rippletide. This is the Whistlewood. It's a much stronger area than you're usually capable of doing. It's very infamous because you get surprised a lot here. Hey! Look at that, it's frogs. We were not surprised, so we will be able to kill these. This is not the encounter I wanted, though. So, what am I at? 78? Total that I've gotten? Oh, no, yeah, 78. So, 66, 64. Oh, man, that's even worse than I thought. I'll have to check my JP after this fight, whatever this is.
I think I saw 107 on Cyrus, so you need 23.
I may need 2 encounters. Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, might as well just kill it anyway.
Yep. This has been about what I expected to happen.
The optimal encounter in Whistlewood gives you about 100 or so, or 135 if you get the really good encounter. Yeah. And 130 JP is enough to teach Cyrus 2 scholar skills.
I can just
and after teaching 2 skills, you get support skills. And the one that we wanted to base.
Okay, this is good.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Do I just ban it here? So I'm out 2,400. I'm gonna pick up extra stuff in Tressa 2. Well, that was unfortunate. All right, so now we're gonna go down here. Tressa's gonna learn donate BP. And that's gonna give her endless items, which gives us the chance to basically get SMRPG freebies. Is probably a good comparison there. Alright, now we're gonna go... Oop. Buttons? There we go. Back down to Ripple-Tide. Hello? I'm gonna do another safety. I'm gonna pick up a Thunder Soul Stone Large here, which just requires coming over to NPC and Ripple-Tide, scrutinizing him. Pressing the wrong button. Alright, there we go. 70% chance. I have a really good chance at failing those. It's a nice meme for me. And the, like... I have done a fair number of runs, but not, like, a heavy amount of runs. And I am pretty notorious for just constantly getting 70% fails, especially in Sunshade.
It's just like hitting a thunder. Easy until it isn't.
Easy until it isn't. Alright, so we're going on a world tour now. We're getting I just got 1,500 back that you normally don't pick up. So if there's any donations, if there's any plugs, this is probably a good couple of minutes to do it.
Awesome, appreciate that. I did have a couple donations come in, so we'll start with those. We have $20 donated by ClickSpark. He says, I know Tokyo 90 already showed me a perfect run, but I want to see another one in Super Mario Galaxy 2. So with that 20, we are 20 away from reaching that incentive, which is something that we definitely want to see. The next donation was from Clipper1, who donated $50. Says, Raph is the best turtle. Towards Raph, please. So that tightens up that race. Where are we at? That's going to put it $34 apart. Dawn is still leading over Raph, but Raph is much closer. So if you'd rather see Raph than Dawn in the Turtles in Time run that's later today, then you have more of an opportunity to snipe that.
So while we're waiting, just a quick note. We're going to go tag Cobblestone to come back and get Olbrick later, but we're not going to worry about him right now. We just want his location.
But yeah, thanks for the donations, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah, evasive maneuvers is basically your key to just go loot the entire world.
Yeah, hitting the endgame areas would not be nearly as feasible without evasive maneuvers, and even then it's still pretty dangerous. Fortunately, taking deaths on the overworld is not very punishing since the screens are so broken up and you just come back to the loading zone when you die, but it can be real unfortunate if you just get bodied in a late game area, or if you're me, while I was setting up for this run, getting bodied in a mid game area because you get the rare encounter that does a lot of damage.
Yeah, on a note with the step counter, a couple of things will reset it. Screen transitions in non-manner areas will do it. Reloading a save also does it.
Oh my gosh! I got this encounter 3 times earlier in a row, right at the loading zone, and he's quite strong, that yak. Wow. Well, we're gonna die here.
I like to call this encounter Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, I certainly am fried there, aren't I? But yeah, you see, I get brought. This is an unfortunate screen. It's kind of windy. It's one of the longer screens you pass through. I'm just like, if this happens again, I'm just gonna take that save and reload. Oh my gosh, I finally made it.
Stone Guard is a rather infamous screen just because I'm every single story run has to go through here in one way or another.
Alright, so Alta just made reference to saving and reloading. That's what we're gonna do here to reset. It's really interesting hearing people, say like steps, and I've always used threat meter. I think that's like an FF6 thing I just picked up from watching runs. But that'll allow us to get over to the Merchant Shrine without an encounter pretty safely.
Yeah, it's technically possible to get to the Merchant Shrine without that save point there, but it's very unfavorable.
So this is going to allow a second traveler to take the trader or merchant job. In this case, we're going to put it on Cyrus in a little bit. We don't really need it right now since we're kind of just doing our world tour. But it basically just gives us a second hired help option. But yeah, we're gonna go hit 2 towns here. The last one is Tressus Chapter 4, way out in Grandport. This one, we only really need, it gives us, we can get an item from it, but it basically serves as a midpoint and kind of a reset point for encounters.
Grandport's a pretty convenient place to go to, because there's a lot of money and resources over there.
Very befitting the Tressa story ending. Alright, we got to Goldshore without another encounter. That's nice. Alright, so this guy, we just scrutinize him. He's pretty free. Just run down to this beach here. So you're going to see me do a little trickery here on my way over to Grandport to kind of allow myself to pick up some extra items without as much encounter risk. So there's a soul stone in a chest at the top of this screen, and at the very beginning of the next screen there's a large soul stone. I want both of them, but I don't really want to get any encounters because I'm just probably going to die. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit this point to reset. Oh, no! I didn't get surprised, so I have a chance. Yeah, that's not likely. And you can see that nice turn order means I have no chance of getting away. Yeah. This has been brutal.
And still got Grandport to get through, too.
I know.
Yeah, the other thing about these high-level areas is whether or not you get surprised or you surprise your enemy is level-dependent. So, it's very unfavorable to try and get away, and I think that's the same case for running away, too.
Alright, so I'm going to go grab this soul stone first, so I don't have to worry about it on my return trip. And then we're going to head back a screen. Grab this soul stone.
We'll see if you get honked in Grandport.
Alright, I'm gonna take it slow. That doesn't really guarantee anything once I get the other chest here. So there's lots of money in a chest over here. And walking slightly makes it a little bit less likely that you get an encounter. Still doesn't really guarantee anything, but I usually walk about here to hopefully give myself a chance. Yes, danger level 45. Okay, I got to the save.
So that's actually not the case with evasive maneuvers.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, walking matters if you don't have it, but when you do have it, there's no difference.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
That's something that we were able to uncover for sure when the PC version came out. But before then, when it was just Switch, there's a lot of guessing and superstition.
Well, oh, come on. Yeah, I got into Grandport. I should be safe. I don't think I've ever gotten an encounter on the way to Lock without me messing up.
Yeah, that one should be guaranteed. And allegedly inside Lock there's an encounter, but
I have gotten it once, but again, it's because I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty likely that I'm going to get through the Lock of the Lost King without any trouble. And I come in here just to pick up some pretty valuable items. A nice large soul stone and a big chunk of change. 30k, and we're gonna just warp to Grandport.
30k is a funny number because that's the exact amount for hired help veterans, which will make an appearance later on.
Alright, so we're gonna buy some items off some people that are some really valuable stuff, some soul stones and some energizing pomegranates, which restore your BP. So we want all 3 of these. And then always just slightly off. Large pomegranates at that. Very, very valuable to have. I'm gonna go grab this bad boy over here. And then, because we're here to have fun, we're gonna talk to this good boy here A happy mutt with not a care in the world, he's a good dog. But to be fair, all dogs are good dogs, and a pox upon he who dares to say otherwise.
I'm so happy they put that in the game.
I know. Uh-oh, Faye's puns aren't going over well with the chat. Alright. So we got what we needed, we completed our world tour, and now it's time to go to Ulbrich. So Ulbrich is a very strong warrior. He has a very valuable skill for us called 1,000 Spears that we can get. Oh no! I'm gonna reload.
When was the? I guess you'll be back at Grandport.
Yeah. Why you don't? That's why you always pay attention to what you're doing. Oh my goodness gracious! He has 80 scenes. I don't think that auto-saves. I should be fine.
You'll have to redo a little bit of stuff in Grandport, because that was the last screen transition you did.
That's fine. Oh, I just gotta pick up the artwork. That's fine.
Yeah, fast traveling doesn't do autosaves, so this isn't really the case for Tressa's story, but there are some stretches in other single stories where if you have to reload a save for whatever reason, it sets you back quite a ways. And thankfully that's not the case here.
Oh. Jeez. So yeah, Ulbrich has some pretty decent skills as well. That will be valuable throughout. Fortunately, we're back in a chapter 1, so everything's pretty trivial here. I spent so much money, I think I just need to do the slightly slower fight up here. If I had only done 1 or 2 extra fights, it would be one thing, but I did 3, so I don't want to spend extra money if I don't have to. Are you serious? Yep. Like I said, if I had $1 for every time I got something right before a loading zone or like a triggered cutscene, oh my goodness, we would have hit our goal already.
I think I get that encounter about half the time, so...
Yeah. Alright, so I need Mercenary and Cyrus. Fortunately, they're pretty easy to clear out. If I had not spent the money, I could have just done a boosted bandit kill. But I already had to pick up a bunch of extra stuff, so I don't want to spend that money. So this is still about the point this becomes kind of the Soulstone special. The next 2 bosses are pretty much all damaged through... They are, in fact, all damaged through Soulstone. You don't even try to, like, break them with anything else. Thunder Large, Thunder Medium.
Yeah, these bosses are definitely not balanced around the fact that you have large soul stones. You don't really start seeing them until the tier 2 areas in a normal playthrough.
Alright, so that's Ulbrich Chapter 1. I say things are going to get a lot more fast and furious. There's a lot of dead time kind of walking around the world. We're now going to head to Sunshade to grab our last traveler, Primrose the Dancer.
And Primrose is picked up frequently in Tressa and in other stories as well, because she has the shortest chapter 1. And oftentimes when it comes to these, you just need a fourth person in the party. It usually doesn't matter who they are. Or so if Primrose is available, then and she usually gets picked up for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, she's right here, right next to Cobblestone's area. You don't even use any dancer skills throughout this. You stick Thief on her and do this. All right, here's my 70%, my favorite thing in the world. 60%. Ah.
Not.
Well, we got it. I'm glad that went well.
You landed Hypnosis.
And that just gives us a rare item. Sell. I really need to not goof up here.
Yeah, if you'll recall with Ulbricht's chapter, you have to go through this long screen. There's a required fight. There's people you gotta talk to and all this nonsense. Primrose, you just do one screen and you're at the fight. That's it.
Yep. Very quick. I'll probably get an encounter. I think it's almost certain that you get an encounter here. I've almost never had it where I get nothing on the way out here. That's actually way earlier than normal. And of course,
that was super early.
And I was caught by surprise. Just both gather strength. No, that's not right. Don't do that. Ah, of course. Okay, not too bad. I don't think anybody's at risk of dying to Helganish from taking too much damage.
No, you should be fine.
Alright. Large and 2 mediums. That makes life easy. Gotta make sure it's not the fire. I need the fire. Oh, I haven't bought the fire yet. Never mind, we're good. Oh, I do have a fire medium.
It's just way up there.
Yeah.
The menu.
Yeah, that ice freebie is gonna mess me up. Or did I just get a second ice from? Oh, from the whatever those chandelier type enemies are.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't have endless items for making Mac. What the heck? All right, so we are on our way to Tressa's Chapter 2. So we have completed all of our friends' Chapter 1s. This is where I want to go. So now we can just go ahead and finish up Tressa's story. So, the boss fights, well, it's like I said, they're either scripted or they're impossible, and we have 2 impossible bosses and 1 scripted. Funnily enough, the Chapter 2 boss is one of the impossible ones. The Chapter 3 one is the free one. So, we got this one. I think this probably has the most work getting from 1 to 2 than anything else, just because you have to go all the way over here. You know, past several zones. You go past like Alphen's 1, Therian's 1, all the way over here.
You know, out of all the screens I expected you to get the encounter, Clearbrook was
I know.
one of them.
I know. I was like, okay, cool. And to make up for it, I'll get bodied right at the loading zone here. Oh, thank God I got into Quarry Crest. I think Tressa's is first. Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna actually make a break for the Thief Shrine here in a little bit, but we're just gonna play through Chapter 2 up to... There's a nice convenient point where a cutscene dumps you off basically right at the start of Quarry Crest, so we're just waiting for that. Hello? So Tressa's learning to kind of become a merchant here. She's finding these nondescript stones, polishes them up a little bit, and goes on and tries to sell them. Turns out she's a big hit, so she wants to get more. Press start to hear travel banter, by the way. Great motivational lines from your party members.
I'm used to playing with an Xbox controller, so I'm usually saying press burger to hear travel banter.
You know what's funny is that this is a PS4 controller, so I don't know why it's that button. It definitely does not map to PS4 at all for me. And did I buy the Soulstone? I'm gonna double check.
I actually missed if you did.
I did not. Okay, good thing I looked at that.
And I forget if you buy the Thunder L here too.
I don't. That's why I picked up the Thunder L in Purple Tide, just to have it as a safety. I would have considered buying it if I hadn't already burned some extra cash just with our frogs.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other soul stones everywhere else too if you need to pick some up, like in Derelict Mine over there.
I should be fine. So, evil miner guy that owns this town is like, ha ha ha, you're giving me all your stones and money, this is my stuff. And kid, like, I guess he takes our friend. Does he take him? I don't actually even remember the plot at this point anymore.
I don't think Ali gets kidnapped.
Alright, so we're gonna make a quick break over here. Hope that... Alright, well, what do my notes say? I always forget what to do here because I get this like 20% of the time. Fire. And then I need sword and wind.
Bandits could work too.
That's alright. We will be able to break off of this and flee. I'm glad I had my notes up for that.
It's been a while. I forgot what the weaknesses for those enemies were there, so I'm glad you had the notes.
Yeah. So this is the Thief Shrine. Like I said earlier, we're going to assign this to Primrose so she can use... really, it's only... You steal once. Yeah, you steal once, and... You use Armor Corrosive, which is a defensive lowering skill, several times. Alright, so I want this, just to have the extra little cash. We're going to make our way over to the mansion here. Warlock Mance. So this is another pretty dangerous screen. But yeah, go ahead, talk about Armor Corrosive.
Yeah, Armor Corrosive, incidentally, is the only way to increase damage on hired help. Since attack buffs don't affect it.
Oh, I should have taken the save.
This screen's kind of sketchy, too. I guess you could just throw an L at it and pick one up later.
Well, unfortunately, we were about a split second late on that. That's fine.
Might still live, actually.
I might. Yeah, this is wild. What the heck is going on here? Oh, well, that was unfortunate. I have enough olives if I get away. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take the save. This has been like just typical marathon luck, it feels like.
Yeah, getting the perfect Octopath run is basically impossible. Something's gonna go wrong somewhere, or usually, but this is the game's decided to flex on you today.
It sure has, man. Ah, of course, of course.
Of course, when you take the safety save, you get in.
I go a little out of my way, get a few extra steps in there for a safety save, and bam.
Listen, 3% steals are easy as long as they're the ones that don't matter.
Alright, so we're gonna do a save and reload here once we walk through this here. There's an autosave. Yeah, the game had enough. I was, after my donkey gauntlet, I went and like started just getting to work a lot on this. It's like, I've had enough of your crap. You've been running all over me for the last 2 days. It's time for me, the game, to hit back. So this just resets the threat meter.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned it earlier, but indoor castles like this don't reset the step and counter on a screen transition.
What else we can...
And we believe that's the case because the name and the danger level are the same between both areas.
Everybody's healed.
Coming up here is our good buddy Omar.
In the dream scenario, 2 of my people are going first, preferably anybody not Primrose. I think I'm just gonna take the L here. This turn order is just bad. So when you do... Are you serious? When you do enough damage to the henchmen, they just do that violent slash move. Normally, you can try and improvise, but there was not really too much I could do there. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Alright. Okay, that was probably the second best thing I could have hoped for there. Alright.
Cyrus survived.
I have no idea how Cyrus survived.
That must have been a really low damage roll.
Not... Oh my god, what is happening here? I don't even know what I want to do. Primrose is going first. What do I want to attack with, though? I think I might want to do Blizzard here. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to get the break on the next turn.
Do I want break here? Because I can armor corrosive on the next turn.
Oh yeah, yeah, you could just break here.
That's just to get... I don't want her to defend.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Alright, time for the veterans to make their appearance.
Damn. I can't believe that worked. That shouldn't have worked.
So yeah, hired help veterans, they do a ton of damage. They have a really high crit rate. And on top of that with armor corrosive, it's just damage for days. All at the low cost of 30,000 leaves.
Oh, that extra step didn't own me. Okay, cool. Yeah, a win is a win. That damage roll on Cyrus might be the luckiest thing I've ever seen in my life playing this game. For me, personally. I have never seen him not get owned by anything. Like, everything kills him, usually. So, we're just heading straight for Tressa 3. Not too much to worry about in these next few screens. I can get an encounter, but... Oh! Frick you, game!
An encounter in Boulder... Oh my god.
That thing in the top right is a Kate, and they give you a ton of experience, a ton of JP, and a ton of money.
Think Metal Slimes in Dragon Quest.
Oh, if you have some donations, this is probably a good time. I can just talk forever about just silly stuff about this game. So if there's donations, this is a good chance to jump in.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Mike, please.
I woke him up from a nap.
Oh man, so we got a donation from Walrus Pine who donated $20. He says, "Let's see that perfect run." So with that, the incentive for the perfect run in Super Mario Galaxy 2 is met. So the next 2 incentives that we have are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time turtle selection. So we have Dawn and Raph are within $35 on that one. And then the next incentive is going to be Spyro Year of the Dragon. You get to choose the color of Spyro. Right now, green is in the lead with a nice 69, and nothing else has raised any money yet. So, plenty of time. That one is going to be towards the end of the day. I think it's like 10, 11 hours from now. But now is the time to start getting money in on that one. Now that the perfect run has been met.
Awesome. So, Chapter 3, we're just going to go purchase a shield for our friend, Captain Leon, who was he kind of helped us out in Chapter 1 a little bit. You may recognize him from the, 3 seconds he was on screen while I was skipping cutscenes. So, the guy that has his old friend's map wants this Edbart shield. So we're just going to be a nice fella, a nice Tressa, and go bring that to the merchant and do a trade. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to give you something. There we go. All right. If I was really desperate for money, there's a side area here I can go to. That has some pretty valuable items for sale. Dawn is winning. Alright, so we are on our way to our next dungeon already. Yeah, once you get through the world tour, things just fly. Really, Tressa's Chapter 2 is the only kind of lengthy thing after that. Now, of course, it gets scary with the encounters, as we saw in the mansion. But there's only so much we can do about that. So, the Forgotten Grotto is a pretty lengthy dungeon. We're going to do a save reload at the save point to help reset our threat meter. Oh my gosh, I might be in trouble. I do that almost every time. I don't know why. Okay.
In these dungeons, there's torches scattered about which leads you where to go, but some dungeons the camera's positioned in such a way that it's not always immediately obvious what it is.
Alright, so a little bit dangerous here because we want to pick this up. If I'm gonna get an encounter, it's probably gonna be right on the stairs. But, this game is just really making a habit of making me look really stupid today. Alright, well.
And just every screen, it's relentless except Clearbrook. For some reason,
It's because Clearbrook can't kill me, so they're like, whatever.
That's like the most likely one to get an encounter onto.
I'm gonna take this dang save.
I know that tiptoe action all too well.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want those extras. I'm glad I did it!
I was ready for the encounter not to show up there for that time.
At least they just instant-owned me that time. Good grief. Oh, hey, I made it to the boss. Hey, now for something easy. Alright. Armor corrosive, defend, fire. This is scripted. The only thing that obviously changes is your turn order. Firestorm.
And it's pretty common with Chapter 3 bosses that they usually taunt you in some way and you get a free turn out of it.
Alright, so of course Primrose is going first, so I need her to wait. Primrose is gonna steal for us. Then we're gonna have a collect here, which should be 97%. Yeah. Oh, thank God. I would have been so sad.
I didn't hear anything being up to the point, so I'm like, okay, it must have succeeded.
Hey, look at that, guys. That was really lovely, wasn't it? And I'm gonna do this now so I don't forget. We got one more skill we want to learn with Ulbrich. Well, not that one.
The most important one.
Yeah, I can't win the final fight without it. You think I should do... I should have done this before, and you think... I think I should be good on money. I think I should be fun on money.
Yeah, let's see, you need, like...
88, 150.
Yeah, it was something like that.
If I don't, I know exactly where I can... I'm not going to be off by much. So I know what I can do. Hey, look at that, guys. We have Grand Port already. We're Tressa's Chapter 4. It's how convenient. Don't worry, ClickSpark. I will, that's about to change.
The nice thing about these runs is just there are backups absolutely everywhere for money, soul stones. And it's mostly just a matter of remembering where they are. It's a very heavily knowledge-based game here.
Yeah, I'm fine if I sell these larges. Cool. Good thing I did that side quest. And picked up that gold ore.
And I think you would have had a refreshing gem you could sell too that Russell drops. So,
Yes.
yeah, you're in a good position there.
Alright, so our beloved journal, the most valuable treasure of all, has been stolen from us by that lady in the black. And this guy.
Esmeralda just kind of shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's kind of really the most disappointing thing about Tressa's story is that your final boss is just kind of airdropped in.
Like the normal meme with Octopath is like you get introduced to the Chapter 4 boss at the end of Chapter 3, but they just didn't even bother with that for Tressa.
Shit, I wanted that soul stone. Where's the other soul stone I can get here?
Bottom left. If you go back in the previous room.
No, hold on. Right here. Oh, no, that's a jam. I'm wrong. You know what? Shoot.
Yeah, just you can go back to the previous room
Yeah.
and grab it.
I don't think I have a second one. I don't think I have one right now. And I want the large.
Oh wait, maybe that's the force shield I'm thinking of. I'm mixing up what items are.
No, it's not
You can
this.
always go grab the Thunder Howl. It's
Yep.
there.
Sorry about this, folks. I forgot that I did not have a backup.
I know
Normally...
one of those bottom left transitions has a wind L, but I couldn't remember if that one there is the force shield or the wind L.
Isn't it nice how few encounters are here? Like, I made that totally, like, big putsy mistake, and I did not get owned for it.
Thanks, evasive maneuvers.
Alright, this save is an absolute necessity. This fight, there's literally just a whole host of unwinnable setups. We need Ulbrich to break her. Oh! Please, Ulbrich! Please, just this one time! No! Oh, no! What do I want to do here? Because Tressa's not up.
Cyrus could break.
With what? What's...
Trade wins.
Oh, he does have trade wins. Let me think about how I want to play this real quick. I think I would just switch around. Okay. Shoot. I'm glad I picked that up. I'm glad I picked that up. I think I'm just gonna give her the Palm L on herself. So again, we're gonna make use of Armor Corrosive. So I'm short one veteran soldier here. And then he's going to Incite. Very, very, very important because of the attack she does when she comes out. So for first turn, she's going to shift her weight, which changes her weaknesses. And then she's going to do 5 strikes, and they're all going to go at Ulbrich. Alright, so I need to Palm L on Cyrus, which is perfect. Cyrus needs to Firestorm, yep. And then Tressa needs to just defend. Alright, so normally I could bow here, but because I have just enough extra money, I'm actually going to, I think it's Merc. Yeah, I'm gonna Merc. She's gonna Palm M Tressa. This is dangerous. I don't know if I'm gonna be fine.
You should be okay.
So I need to do the collect here. Yeah.
And Prim can throw the
Prim can throw the stone. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm still only short one. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, first try Esme. Let's go. All of the disasters led up to this great moment. Oh my gosh. Alright, so time's gonna be at the end here. We have a few more scenes to get through. I'll let you know when it's up. Get in the door.
And Tressa's about to destroy capitalism.
Yay! I think this is the last one, and time.
That was a ride.
That was a journey, man. Holy moly.
Still underestimate.
Still underestimate. That's the important thing. Oh man, like that was like, it felt like most of the things were just unfortunate encounters. Like that was the big killer. So yeah, that's Tressa's story. The bosses went well. I only had like the one fudge up with Ulbrich and the one fudge up with not grabbing the L stone. So I'm pretty pleased with that.